Yo. Hello, sorry. My mic appears to have just been turned off in OBS for some reason, but now I'm here. Hello, Tiamat. Welcome. Thank you for notifying me of that. Yes, I am back. For some reason, it had switched me in OBS to no microphone. But, all right. Let's do this. Oh, thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. Also, I had noticed that, so we have the Gatewater Park. So the Gatewater Hotel from Case 2 of the first game suddenly has a theme park. And Edgeworth's Ransom is the horribly ugly suitcase. So, yeah. That time playing Minesweeper and Intermediate. Nice! I was playing some Marvel Rivals earlier, but it's the weekend, so that was too depressing, so I had to stop. Proto B. Oh, he's got a picture. Oh my. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Oh, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. It's a very smooth animation, too. I like that. I mean, they didn't have to do that, but they did. I like that. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano. It sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? No, I'm a prosecutor. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time. That is you're right, that is the original Blue Badger with the broken hat and everything. Oh, the time, yes, the vase. That was so irritating, trying to figure out how to get that vase turned right to make it look like the Blue Badger. Hey, wait a minute. Event schedule, Battle of the Magicians, Max Galactica versus Troop Garmarai. Capcom, your spelling is off. And The Gaviners special concert. Hey, yep, this game has a lot of Memba in it. You remember them? You remember Max Galactica? Yeah, remember him? I wish I couldn't remember him, but I do. Do you remember Troop Garmarai? Yeah, heck yeah. And the Gaviners. Sadly, Clavier is not going to be showing up in this game. I do know that. Next, come to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. Turnabout Big Top. Oh boy, yeah. I've arrived. Go inside. Yeah, I liked it in the anime. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a dismal place. That's it. Go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? Get into the meme, that's right. Leave the money and go now. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Oh no, it's getting spooky. Oh no! Edgeworth, look out! When you... Ah! It was a trap! It's a trap! March 13th, 11:23 a.m. Unknown. That guy betrayed... No, can't be. Then the deal... Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split, police. Alright. In front of... Meetup. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Oh no. Wait, except with 10 vases. Oh my. Oh no, we got multiple Blue Badger outfits. There's even a girl Blue Badger. This is terrible. Where am I? How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be the drop-off man was because of that phone call. It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano Group. That Californian Zaibatsu. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. Yeah, he's Buddha maxing, I think. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I'm only 20. 20 is young. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Haha! Was that you making that funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Edgeworth has X-ray vision. Hey! Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers? A kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes. Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger. I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Smiles. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Ahem. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight, and that is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu! Great thief? Did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu? Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. You can call me Kay, Kay? Good. Glad that's settled. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you would be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. You and a lot of fangirls, I'm sure. I love when people admit crimes in front of a prosecutor. Yeah, hey, I'm a thief, by the way, Mr. Prosecutor. No hard feelings. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and icy glary on me, you know? And when they reuse sprites of Edgeworth being tied up, yes. This rope goes through here, and there you go. What a relief. I owe you my thanks. That's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. Oh, you cheeky girl, you. Well, first off, let's look at my badge. Don't surprise me like that. I can't believe you're just shoving things in my face. I mean, aren't there more pressing things you'd rather ask little old me? She has a point. I should probably find out more about my mysterious savior first. I just think Edgeworth has a compulsion to show his badge, and it's just a thing that he and Phoenix share in common. Alright, great thief. Let's talk about this. You call yourself a great thief, yet are you really a thief at all? You doubt me? I get it. You think that a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right? That's not the part I have a tough time believing. I am the real, genuine Yatagarasu, you know? Yup, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right? What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Bought a badge. Yes, show your badge IRL. You need to get an armband too, like Ryunosuke has. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior. That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me yet. She's the thief who doesn't do anything. Well, but as a quick aside, this is Edgeworth's Maya. So, for those who are new to this game, and we are going to be seeing quite a bit of her. Also, she is featured in one of the stage plays, Turnabout Teleportation, which I highly recommend. You can find it here on YouTube, with English subtitles. Yatagarasu. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean you are the Yatagarasu? Yup! The most righteous of the righteous, the legendary Great Thief. But I inherited the title only recently, so I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu. I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that. Edgeworth, have you not seen The Princess Bride? It's like the Dread Pirate Roberts, you know? But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works. Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they? I knew it. There's just no reasoning with the prosecutor. I'm not the problem here. I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and only one thing I want to steal. Only one thing, and what would that be? But that's gonna have to wait until we find our way out of here. Well, at least there is one thing we agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you. So you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Aha! Now I remember! How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is cheery. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here. Hmm? It would seem that we are locked in from the other side. What? No, wait! I don't hear you, la la la. Okay, do you remember where you came in from, right? It looks like that might be our only way out of this room. Oops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit. I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Begin investigation. All right. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. Whatever. I just randomly remember, that's right, Ace Attorney TV, where Edgeworth canonically says, subscribe. Yes. And the judge canonically has a cooking channel that started 17 years ago. Yeah, the judge would have a cooking channel, let's be honest. I think he'd be good at it. Probably better at it than being a judge, honestly. Yeah, why does every main character have at least one game where they have an underage girl sidekick? It's just gotta happen. It is a requirement. It's a Capcom thing, I guess. Alright, let's see. At least in Great Ace Attorney, Ryunosuke and Susato are about the same age. Man, why did they have to put the window so high up anyway? How is a thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we could make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers. Haha, that's pretty clever. You'd make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see. I wonder if I can jump up and grab the top of the locker here. I'd like to think Edgeworth just has some lingering trauma from the Mask to Mask case. Like, I don't want to think about thieves ever again after that nonsense. Even though he wasn't involved in it at all. He read about it. The Edgeworth looking up sprite. Yep. Game theory. Everyone is... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird how they do that. Of course, Maya and Phoenix have that kind of like brother-sister relationship, even though like Mia and Phoenix kind of had a little romantic connection, though Godot was definitely her main guy. He was in the gallery. Yes, he probably was watching that case. Taking a little trip back from quote-unquote Europe, not America. Even if we wanted to use these lockers, we'd need some sort of foothold. So the lockers. If we can get to the top, then we can escape. If only there were some footholds. Can we open the lockers? Let's look at these over here. Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume. Pink badger? You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you'd better study up on the whole badger clan with this. Oh no, there's more of them! What is this thing? Think of it as a Bible of all the things you'll ever need to know about the clan. Whatever, I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. Blue Badger Bible. Data jotted down. Oh no. Oh no. I suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes. It certainly looks that way. It's like the Badger family's home. There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. Which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. Ah. But aren't these badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater Group owes the police from all those cases they solved. They have all the power of the state and they use it to make a theme park? It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped, double-looping roller coaster. That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy from just the thought of such a thing. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Uh-huh. Hey, what's this? I see keys. And what have we here? Ah! Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look? Well, don't mind if I do. Ah, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something. There's a Blue Badger cult. There absolutely would be. I mean, the police captain who made the Blue Badger totally started his own cult after the events of what was it? Rise from the Ashes. Yeah. The something is what is relevant to my interest. Okay, he is? Okay, I'll keep an eye out. Like I said last time, I have not played this in minimum 11 years, longer than that. So, yeah. Nothing unusual about this. So is that man, yep. So this is the Blue Badger's rival, the Bad Badger, huh? Do you feel some sort of reverence towards this Badger, Kay? Ha! I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover. Good luck with that one. What about this? Look, it's the Blue Badger! I suppose even this thing can be popular with women. My nemesis! Hey, so are you, Edgeworth. What in the... Why is she beating it up? He's got the word badge right in his name. That's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I'd better be careful, or he's gonna arrest me by the power of his name alone. I somehow doubt that the Blue Badger has the power to arrest anyone. No, that's a archaic legal thing. If you are in a Blue Badger costume, you can arrest anybody you want. Alright, this is that Blue Badger I met at the main gate. Excuse me, but his name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off of the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter. I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about how much we've evolved. Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now? I want to think they have a job where you sit in the Blue Badger jail and pretend to be locked up. Yes. Badger. I get it. Oh man, I get it. Nice. The Blue Badger. Now we have the Pink Badger, which we have one actually here. I suppose this is the Pink Badger, but since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female? You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes are. That's the only difference. And the fact that she's pink. Yes, and And her lips are red. See? Lipstick. I don't see red. What? She has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon, or is that too obvious? And then let's look at... Okay, we can't look at the costume. Got it. All right. So... Is that everything here, I guess? Let's see. Probably. One atom of red lipstick. Yes, the single atom of red lipstick. All right, then we got, what's this? This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over out to and out the window if we climbed this. Good thinking. And if it's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks, this little hook looks like it might make for a good foothold. Up you go, Kay, and good luck. Count on it. The great thief Yatagarasu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go. All right. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. There is a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold. Yeah, probably. The guy. Did she think she was gonna fly? Yeah, she's so cool. It was made by the guy who did Trials and Tribulations. Okay, well, wasn't it the same composer for the first 3 games, and then they switched after Apollo Justice? I think, because I think it was the guy who did the soundtrack for Grandia, which is a series that I really liked, JRPG from ancient days now. What do you mean, as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know? Let's see. And then we got the... What is this? Looks like the Bad Badger, and it's looking as bad as ever. Looks like a costume head to me. Every game in the first 3 games had different composers. Oh, I did not know that. I guess the Bad Badger's costume is at the very least a 2-piece, huh? The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Bad Badger's head, jotted down in my organizer. Alright, so costumes separate into head and body. This head was left in the isolation room. Edgeworth holding a gun. Yeah. DL6. That's right. The DL6 incident. Maybe we can use this paint to help us escape. And what exactly do you have in mind? Well, we could paint help in really giant letters. And who, pray tell, would see these giant letters? We're inside a building. Okay, then how about we light the paint on fire and send out colored smoke signals? Anyone who saw it would think some crazy arsonist was about and call the cops. Actually, that may not be great for me, seeing as I'm a thief and all. Let's try to find something other than this paint to use, shall we? Hey, it's yellow paint. We could actually paint it on stuff that's climbable and ladders, like Resident Evil 4 Remake did, because Darkside Phil is literally used as an example of a normal gamer when they do testing. Okay. Isn't this my phone? It looks like it made it through the ordeal intact. If only there was a way for us to contact someone on the outside. Ah, but we do have a way, right here. Ah, there was a cell phone here this whole time. If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir.
I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you.
Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now.
You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sorta
What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Shi Long Lang of Interpol.
A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you.
So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case?
Oh, don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or a global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Zi says, the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning.
I'm sorry that this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of here post-haste.
Sorry, no can do.
What?
We're hunting the kidnapper now,
and I haven't got any hands to spare. Oh, Long? Okay. Long Z. Alright. I did not know that either.
As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we do catch the kidnapper, rest assured, we'll come find you. Eventually.
You... What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power.
No way!
It doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to, after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. Okay. So, Mr. Long is not happy. He ran out of power even though I heard the phone dying noise. Yeah, Edgeworth, charge your phone, man. It's not even like a new phone, a smartphone. It's you know, those old phones that batteries lasted for like 5 days straight. Let's see. They're holding a Blue Badger photo rally. You didn't know? Plus, it's not just the Blue Badger. It's his whole family, too. If you manage to snap a shot of every member of the family, you get a really posh prize. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that! That's cheating! There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Wait a minute. Objection. Objection. There are two of each badger by the costumes. Haha! Take that. Hello. Welcome. Oh my gosh, is it a Nokia phone? If it is, he could just bust the wall down with it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against a wall in the haunted house. Seriously? But somehow, I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costumed ones walking around the park. So those are the rules of this game? How quaint. Okay, we have that as evidence now. Yep, the Blue Badger has been added to the court record. Multiple instances of it, too. So, you want to talk, Kay? I think that's probably the best thing to do at this point. Let's have a discussion. The kidnapping. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with two kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seemed as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the 1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Right. Oh yeah, very helpful. Brick phone. Yes, his phone has been it's been turned into a brick. Alright, can you see my badge now? Hey, don't you think getting out of here is more important right now? You can ask me about that later. I suppose she's right. I feel like Edgeworth, so, like, we can headcanon that Edgeworth just has this burning desire to show the badge. Yeah. It's like, He's getting the shakes because he can't show his badge. Oh, we can peer into the room the kidnappers were in from there. I won't rest until I've inspected every single suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I don't know why they decided to have that be what he says every single time you look at something, but whatever. Oh, we got a secret ladder? Okay, quick question, though. What kind of ladder is that? Taking bets? But, let's see, what do we got? Let's look at this. There's a beam in the next room, identical to the one in this room. There's even a hook on it to hold a propped-up floor panel in place. Which reminds me, did you find something useful, Mr. Edgeworth? Perhaps. I may have found a very handy hint how we'll get out of here. Yeah. We did try to show the prosecutor's badge, but it didn't work, sadly. There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one. Which would mean that I can probably assume that these two rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. It's a normal ladder for once, not a step ladder. Is that what I think it is? It looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome! Looks like they're a bunch of great thieves themselves. No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. Ah, open floor panel has been added to our evidence list, or his logic list. Edgeworth is team ladder. Aw. I think this building was originally built with a basement or underground area. In my day, it was Team Edward and Team Jacob, and the girls were talking about. Now all they talk about is it ladder or step ladder? All right, let's talk. Let's think. The beam and costumes. Stepladder. Does that mean the stepladder had been fallen down at that time? Maybe. Hey, I own a ladder and a stepladder as well. You got it. They're handy, especially for certain seasons. All right. Tiny key. Maybe able to open something somewhere in the room with this key. I wonder if this is a locker key. Let's see if this works. No, it's not. The pieces don't fit together quite right. Alright, it's not a locker key. Open floor panel. Actually, you know what? Does that mean that there's floor panels in here? Probably not. But, that seemed plausible. The beam, there's a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb up. Alright. Costumes. It seems that the costumes of the Badger family are kept in the isolation room. Uh-huh. Then we have the lockers. But we don't have footholds, sadly. The panel is held in place by a hook. The entrance to an underground room, perhaps. Ah! Can we connect these two things because of the hook? Let's see. Yeah! His superpower. Hey, just for this game. Next game, he gets this, plus the ability to throw chess pieces at people. This hook on this beam. You know, I already tried, and there's no way I can jump up from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not possible. I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up. Which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this tarp. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure. We found it. Alright. I think we should examine it first. Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom. Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. All right. This thing is locked down tight. Aw, Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks, what are you, Rafa? Tiny key. Well, you kind of look like Rafa, come to think of it. Tiny keys. Yes, we gotta find those keys. Phoenix attacks people with a rock. Edgeworth attacks people with chess pieces. They totally are BFFs. That man. Yes. Sorry. We don't use his name in these games. That is illegal. Tiny key and underground entrance. I bet it will. I bet it will. Yeah. I believe you're up, Kay. Huh? Why me? Because we need to use the tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Oh, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love the tense feeling of these moments when you're about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now. Edge, yeah, it wasn't locked. Edward just has like 0% muscle mass. You did it. All right, I got the secret door open. And now... Oh, wait! What? Ah! Are you all right, Kay? I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's all right. I about had a coronary. There's a lot of really large machinery down here. What about an exit? It's really dark and cramped down there, so I really doubt there's an exit. What are you standing on? The ladder? You're just comically popping up like that? Ah, I can't believe that happened. You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know. No way! How was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable? Ah. The ladder's removable? Oh! Ladder lockers! I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay. Oh? So how are we gonna bust out? It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all. Are you actually praising me? More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder. The underground ladder? Well, what about it? This ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down. Oh, I see. If we use this... Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers. Well then, what are we waiting for? Investigation complete. Yeah, we don't update the autopsy report. Yeah. Yeah, we get to hit them with an updated autopsy report in that one. That was great. All right, now we can get out of here. Yes, we spent entirely too much time in here. Kidnappers who held me hostage and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end. March 13th, 12:11 p.m. Wild, Wild West area. Oh man, is Will Smith gonna show up? The 10-gallon hat saloon. Down the... It looks like it stopped raining for now. Yeah, and thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Mr. Edgeworth! I'm so glad you managed to see you escaped, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is? Well, that's, Count off! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 99. Shifu, all 99 members are here and accounted for, sir. What the heck do you think you're doing, counting my cubs off like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 2 or a 3. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it? Shifu! Shifu! You are Agent Lang, I take it. Those are some, Gurren Lagann freaking, glasses he's got there. The Man in Black, yes. The MIB.
You infidel! How dare you address our Shifu so rudely? Ugh! Longzi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card.
So she, long, ICPO, International Criminal Police Organization Special Agent. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth.
Y'all see that just now? That is the proper way for two people to show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life. Got it?
Ah, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Jingfa. Apparently, this man has the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Agent Ling, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case?
That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor.
How is it not?
I've heard a rumor or two about you. You solved a murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche.
Wait a minute. Yeah, don't address the fourth wall like that.
Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. Huh? I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today.
Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Ackby Hicks?
Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge.
Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca and a third person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, you should understand how I feel, as the kidnapped is someone I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation.
This isn't your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go up on back to your courtroom now, pretty boy?
You dare to mock the court?
I do, and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today.
Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? Oh no, he's racist against prosecutors. And why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him?
All right, men, good job on the perimeter around Gatewaterland. Now, just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed! Sir! Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, you just sit tight here and don't cause any trouble, understand?
Wait.
Mr. Edgeworth...
It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here? Completely out of the blue. I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Yep. What? Why is you're behind the horseshoe? I just noticed the top of his little bangle there. Alright. Let's do some talking. I highly doubt I'll find a clue in here, but I might as well check, just to be sure. This barrel sure is heavy. You there, do you know what's inside of this thing?
It's the emergency water supply for putting out fires.
I see. Well, they certainly are well prepared. Talking to this guy. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here.
Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Long's orders.
I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. Decay. Man, I can't calmly do any stealing at all with that detective around. I suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of law enforcement in the vicinity. It's alright, it's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing. Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. Now, look at my badge. If I had one of these, I could be a prosecutor too, right?
Don't even think of stealing this from me.
If it's that important to you, then why don't you wear it on your lapel? Why should I have to label myself as a prosecutor everywhere I go? And why does everyone ask that question of me? That's what I'd like to know. But why do you show your badge to everybody, Edgeworth? No, we know he's a prosecutor because he dresses like a vampire. That's like the number one clue there. Let's talk about the bad badger head. What do you think about this? If you're going to steal anything, at least keep your hands off of my lines. Alright, I'll return it to you. Here you go. I was hoping for some information in return, but my line will do for now. Oh no, she's stealing his lines from the script. Alright, let's actually talk. Next step. So what are you going to do about your investigation into the kidnapping? Good question, since Agent Long holds the authority to investigate this case now. This makes things a bit more complicated. Oh, come on. You can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand. So let's go. But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation. You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief. I'm the Yatagarasu. And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing. One and only one thing. Yeah, let's talk about that. Oh yeah, we'll show Gumshoe the badge for sure. What is this one and only one thing you're after? The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing. And that is the truth. I see. Oh, your theme song stopped, so it's serious now. It was 7 years ago. There was a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to the mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor to the original Yatagarasu? But that can't be, can it? Yes, I don't remember you at all. The end justifies the means, oh no. Professor Means, I remember him. In the dark age of the law. It's an old-fashioned rocking chair, the kind that makes you feel instantly at ease. There's something written here. A soothing 10-minute sitting for only $100! I see. Reverse psychology. Make it so expensive that no one would dare sit on it. We remember him from the future, that's right. I remembered what was going to happen in the future. Great job, Detective. Sir! For losing sight of me and the kidnapper, and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir! I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later? Prosecutor's badge, yeah. If you're gonna show me your prosecutor's badge, then I'll show you my police badge. Your wallet is looking rather thin, Detective. Huh? Oh, whoops, I must have left my badge at home. I always get the two mixed up. That's not a laughing matter, Detective. Gumshoe, get in the game, buddy. Let's talk about Agent Long. Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup? Of course, sir.
I think I would know the number to my own precinct like the back of my hand.
Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents?
That I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, that wolf man showed up out of nowhere, sir.
Agent Wong definitely has an agenda, so the question is, what is he after? The next step.
Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir.
Yes, what is it?
Who is that? The girl over there, I mean.
Sorry, she's my companion for the rest of this series. You're going to be put a little bit more on the back burner. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday.
What?
Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me! It's been like that since forever.
Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role.
How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we've got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted, and making sure she serves out her sentence.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun, like musical chairs. You'd better stay fast on your feet.
No way! I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl.
Lance, where are you, son? Aha. Mr. Romano?
Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you returned.
For you, Mr. Romano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. That is a lot of money on his belt. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office when he was in Europe, not America, Europe, because we're in America right now. And had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system.
No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man?
He is the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly.
I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano.
Well, hold on there. Then what happened to all that money?
I believe the 1 million has been stolen, and that the culprits are now on the run.
What?
Poor old man. Don't you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth? Forgive me, Mr. Romano. The kidnapping or Lance Amano? And then I have something I can give him, the prosecutor's badge.
Ah! Seeing that badge reminds me of Manfred. Now he was one fine prosecutor, the best of the best.
Yes, I can't disagree with you there.
I sense that you don't really want to talk about him.
Hey, no problem. See you later, man. You can catch the VOD later. How I feel about him... It's hard for me to be truthful about that with another person.
Your hard countenance. I don't know what you're thinking or feeling. But mark my words, I think you are Manfred's true successor. I really do.
Oh, that's nice. The kidnapping. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time.
Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy!
I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano.
You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that.
He definitely should have recorded that conversation. But not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Edgeworth is ice cold. Lance Amano. Refresh my memory. What kind of person is Lance again?
How will telling you about Lance help you get him back?
Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behavior.
Very well then. Lance is my one and only son, and he turned 21 this year. He is very much like me when I was his age. kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off of him.
Is there anything else about him you noticed of late?
Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver.
Your butler?
Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance that I thought maybe he would know where my son is.
Let's see. Manfred is scary. He's gonna show up in this series, trust me. We might have some flashbacks. Oliver Deacon.
Mr. Amano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon? As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him.
So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends?
They said they hadn't seen him. I've tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping?
It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I had better keep in mind.
Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir.
Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs.
I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by your side through thick and thin.
Mr. Amano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped. Which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself.
Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
All right, well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating.
If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it.
Wild, Wild West area.
So what should we examine first?
Thanks to Agent Long, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until only very recently, which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped.
Okay, let's get looking. Hey, you there. Who, me?
What are you doing goofing off in a place like this?
I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation. You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Agent Long's direct command. No way! I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something?
I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police.
Good, now let's go. No!
Boy, have I got just the job for someone of your talents. Well, that was exciting. Goodbye, Gumshoe. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on. I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. But that's the Yatagarasu way. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about. Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant Kay is going to tag along, no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Yeah, I do think we should look at that footprint. Lance could have been there. Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure. We'll have to look. So we have this creepy blue badger, but that's repeating myself. We have the guard here. These look like tire marks here. And then there's Mr. Ernest Amano there. So let's start with the footprints. Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. I remember hearing rain fall out here while I was being held in there. Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. He left us with some nice footprint samples. You know what? I bet if we followed them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it will be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. What kind of shoes? Okay. That was added to our logic. Let's see. So we got that. Let me look at this. Ha! I've got you now, you vile criminals. I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these. Oh, come on. Lighten up, will you? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals would be hiding here right in front of two officers. I certainly hope not. Let's talk. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Long's orders. I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. What about you? Same thing? Okay. We've been investigation cucked. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, isn't this one of those things you tie horses to? Yes, although the horses are in another location at the moment. Aw, and here I was hoping I would get to ride one. You know how to ride a horse? Nope, never rode one in my life. But I have an Asian friend who was born in the year of the horse. Non sequitur is the only way to describe your logic. Why is it an Asian friend? Anyone can be born in the year of the horse. Let's see. If these were real, I wonder what you'd put in them. Water would be the obvious answer. But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad? People of that period probably didn't care about how it tasted. Sorry, but I can't let you get away with making fun of our forefathers. I mean, maybe they really like the strange taste. Look who's making fun of them now. Look, there's a blurb about the cactus here. This cactus is a very gracious gift to Gatewater Land from the local police precinct. I can't believe the police went so far as to even donate a cactus to this place. So, is the police department running a cactus farm on the side? Just kidding. They wouldn't do something so silly. Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm at the precinct before. Oh, yes you have. This came from, this is, from, oh shoot, Jake Marshall. Yeah, he does have a cactus farm. Well, wait a minute. He doesn't work at the police force anymore at this point. Unless he didn't get fired. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Oh, she's gonna take a picture. Badger, get! I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. I love it. He's doing that contorted wriggling dance again. Aha! Oh! Ah! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir! I was to remain under that head, sir! Aren't you Officer Meekins? Sir! Mike Meekins reporting for duty, sir! This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. Wait, 2 years ago. Okay, so... yeah, that's right, timeline-wise. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Oh no, Mike Meekins is gonna be suspected of murder again. Here, look at your badge. Sir, it's so incredibly shiny, but it has a really ugly shape. I knew it! I was right to go for the much more manly police badge, sir. But I lose it a lot, and I just know I'm gonna lose it for real one of these days, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, I think this cop is one donut short of a baker's dozen. I know. Believe me. I know. Poor Mike. Let's talk about you, Mike. Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir! Because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger. And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That's never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. I was patrolling the scorchingly boring beat until a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled that the kidnappers had escaped, sir. I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already, and I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy onto anyone. It would seem that some people never change. Talk about the Blue Badger with you, Mr. Mike. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir! That's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But it's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Long is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactic. To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir. It's such an honor! Yeah, any clues? How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir! For about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. But however, sir, I must tell you, I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park all while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone Blue Badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. Oh, the Badger Bible, right? That there's only one? Is that it? Or is it... Oh, yeah. This one. Badger Photo Rally. Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir, of course, sir. If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait. You said that you saw a Blue Badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the Blue Badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another Blue Badger wandering the premises. What, sir? Then that would mean that there are 2 Blue Badgers walking around? But why? Ah, that is interesting, though. Lance Amano, Oliver Deacon, Sheena, Long's trusty secretary, and then She Long, I guess. Okay. I get it. We can do some logicking on this. What kind of shoes? A second Blue Badger. No? Aw, not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. I was thinking it's like if he's wearing a Blue Badger costume, then we could see it. Yeah. Gee, Meekins, why does your chief let you have 2 badgers? Yeah. 2 badgers. 2 scoops, 2 badgers. Let's see. Costumes. Seems that the costumes of the Badger family are kept in the isolation room. Can we connect these? Yes, okay. A second Blue Badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of the person underneath is... Oh, I know. It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away. Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are... a Blue Badger, a Proto Badger, and a Bad Badger. Yes, those 3. So there are 3 phony badgers running around in the park somewhere, huh? Stolen costumes. All right. So now, this, I think, connects, because we have logicked out that the costumed escape. So one of the shoe would have been the Badger costume. There we go. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing Badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right? Yes. More than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. Now let's look around. It's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage. Aha! So that means a car left from the garage at some time, right? Correct, but for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. Alright, let's go look at the tracks again then. Oh, we haven't looked at this yet either. Horses are painted on this garage door to complete the Wild West theme. They look so lifelike, don't you think? Are you thinking of wrangling, or rather stealing them? If you can coax them out of there, sure. Come on. I know you can sweet-talk them out. I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay. That's right, they're not real, Kay. Let's see. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here. They both do look like possible candidates. This set is walking off to the west. Ah, it just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here. I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth, I've got him! I got one of the culprits! Ah! No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Down, Kay. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something. That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! Let's see. Let's open this shutter and see what we find. Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. Ah! Oh, is that a dead body? What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Romano, are you saying that this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. And why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I'd better investigate the crime scene quickly before Agent Long or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage. And right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? Ah, maybe. From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound. Cool, he was shot dead. Interesting. You sure are calm for someone who just found a body. It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, I will investigate in just a second. I'm gonna take a very quick break and be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's do some investigating. Look at the gunshot wound? Yeah. We don't have an autopsy report yet. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds. One is in his abdomen and one in his shoulder. So that means he was shot twice? No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. Nice! I knew you could figure it out. It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. Preliminary findings data. Well, we are sort of the police. Alright. This is an unusually shaped pendant. What is it? Is it something valuable? She seems to have regained some of her composure. It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. Oh, and look. There's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. It's a name. Colin Deveray? But this man's name is... Yeah, what? That's weird. Anything else? So another thing I've noticed is that there's the pink badger here, and there's the blue badger. The pink badger is gone. So they have individually assigned carts. That's weird. So we gotta deduce something, okay? Let's see. The Colin Deveray. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Is it? Let's go back. Let's think about this. So he's got a gunshot wound. And he's got that. Can we go back for a second? Maybe I can talk to Lance some more. Or not Lance, Ernest. Mr. Romano, this body. Yes, that's my butler, Oliver. How could something like this have happened? Indeed, and why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? Okay, well, I can't get anything from him. I think we've investigated everything so far, so... Wait, what's this? Oh, did you know? I really love this kind of chair, the way it rocks back and forth. When I grow old, I plan to sit in one of these and rock the day away every day. But you don't have to wait, Mr. Edgeworth. You're at just the right age for one. Do I really project myself as someone of that age? No, not yet. What a peculiar car. Yeah, from the look of it, it must be the Blue Badger mobile. And it has 3 tires, so maybe it left those tire tracks behind. That's simply not possible. Huh? Why? Take a look at the tires. There's no mud stuck to them. Therefore, it must have been here since before it started to rain. Oh, gotcha. Good eye. It's a shame I don't see any other clues around. And what about... Can we look at this? So this is the proto-badger that left. Interesting, right? Do I have any logic? I don't. I'm fresh out. Sorry. I won't rest. Okay. So we have a... We can look at the gunshot wound and we can look at the... This spot. Can't present that. Badger photo. Stolen costumes. Alright, victim Oliver Deacon, age 50, time of death, pending autopsy. Preliminary findings indicate loss of blood resulting from a gunshot wound, entry point lower right abdomen, exit point right shoulder. Remarks. Despite the fact that the final bullet went clean through the body, there's very little blood at the site where the body was found. Okay. Can I present this? There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Deveray. I wonder what's up with that. I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. Okay. Investigation complete. Sweet. Lance, where are you, sweetie? Who is this? Excuse me, but you are... But, Huh? Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Ah, stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops. Oh. Her name's Pops because she has a ring pop on. I just noticed that. His girlfriend? Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Oh. You know who she reminds me of? A cartoon character. Hey, Kay, stop it. May I inquire as to why you are here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. Oh, I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all of this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Oh no!
My men brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing.
I have nothing to hide, Agent Long. It's exactly what you see before you.
I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now.
Suspect? Who?
Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us.
What? Sir, I had nothing to do with it, sir. Agent Long, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins?
Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom.
That's your answer?
I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. Huh? All you have to do is arrest a suspicious person after a suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets.
But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake.
Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts.
That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes.
Too bad you don't call the shots around here.
As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You, how dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu?
Hold it! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Longzi says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. All right, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic.
Oh, debate time. Oh, sorry. I think it was an accident. Yep, I'm back.
In my country, the criminals have a saying. Beware of the wolf.
Why the wolf?
Because in my language, long means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Longzi.
You'd think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if he's that famous.
Longzi developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhengfa police still trains its recruits using his philosophies.
But thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world?
You want to put it to a test?
Alright, Shilong Lang's logic. Here we go. He's seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. Alright. So what can you tell me about the body?
A lot. Even without an autopsy, I have my ways. They teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy.
Oh, then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? You can say he was shot, but even you figured that much out. Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to the same conclusion.
Don't pat yourself on the back yet.
What's that supposed to mean?
Longzi says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer.
Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. It would appear you've studied a little of our laws.
Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? It's that Sheena.
The Federal Firearms Restriction Act.
That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days.
Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins. If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you?
As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here.
Oh?
Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired.
How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time?
That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation.
Power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct?
Thanks for reminding me. Hey, you! Show me your gun! Oh!
What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden?
Gun! What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already.
Sir, I lost my gun, sir! How could you be so irresponsible?
In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim.
So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Long? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Alright. Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun. Alright? Well, let's press on that first. You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here in this garage?
From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was found, I'd say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Longzi says, a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
Hey, finally a quote even I've heard of before.
Furthermore, Longzi says...
Gotta get a scroll.
Successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene.
Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion that the philosophy of detainment can lead you to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins?
It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins.
What?
However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Long ignores our country's laws. She, Long. Just what sort of investigator are you?
Alright, you're a normal one. Just randomly arresting the first person you find.
Alright.
What about this one here? Ambush the victim in this garage and killed him with his gun. Well... Oh, the bad badger has a gun too, doesn't he? That's interesting. That's a contradiction, right? Remember, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Is that the contradiction? Let's see. No, I mean, it's a fake gun, but that would have been funny. That statement just now stands in contradiction to this piece of evidence.
That thing has nothing to do with what I was saying. Now put it away! And your logic is so badly in need of repair that you might as well throw it out too. This is the real deal here. Your courtroom mannerisms are worthless at a crime scene.
Ugh! You dare to insult the courts? Alright, so that's not it. What else we got? Alright, so Haunted House, Wild Wild West, Stadium, and Main Gate. That's what Gate Waterland has going on for it, right? Stolen costumes... Badger photo rally... Preliminary finding... Loss of blood resulting from a gunshot wound... There's very little blood at the site where the body was found. Okay, maybe that's it. There's little blood, so he was probably moved here later. Let's see. You're a member of law enforcement. Yeah, killed him here. That's the problem. Yeah. Unfortunately for you, Agent Long, that is simply not possible.
What do you mean?
You've seen the crime scene for yourself, and while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean?
Ah!
So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight.
Grr. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that that officer was hanging out around here in the first place?
Weird? How so?
Hey, yo! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here?
Hey!
Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk.
But sir, I really did take a walk, sir!
You're a disgrace! How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly?
Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please! Sir! Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir! Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir! Not you, too! Here we go. Meekins' testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. What is this Blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. So the Blue Badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Yeah, Blue Badger mobile, mobile shop on 3 wheels while it was parked inside the Wild Wild West area garage. Okay. Sir! I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir! Alright, Meekins' testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area. Okay? Alright then, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. He must be in the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay then, why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? It's because of a very deep reason, ma'am. Let's see, he was told to check every square inch of the main gate area. Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir. Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir, so... Also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams, right? What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger Mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger Mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am! But he got completely caught up in the role. Alright. You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers? No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir. Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here, okay? How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it... the good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir! That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in Officer Meekins' story, but I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans. Okay, I wasn't assigned to this area. So went looking for the kidnappers. Okay, the thing is though, the Blue Badger Mobile is here. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell me such transparent lies. Sir, I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger Mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Ah! Actually, I just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized it, the Blue Badger Mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's when I came back to this area thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
A likely story. Who do you think is gonna buy such a convenient tale as that?
And what exactly is so convenient about his story?
The car getting stolen. It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we could assume the car was used all right. To move the dead body.
What?
You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger Mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me.
But it wasn't me! Stop the killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Long, wait!
What do you want now?
We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth.
I told you! Truth schmooth! I couldn't care less!
Huh? Our job is to catch the crook.
You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have the kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Good. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Oh, no! Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight if you don't. I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice!
Ooh, to be continued. Okay. All right. Middle, finding the eyewitness. March 13th, 1:22 p.m., Gatewater Land main gate. Hey, yeah, Edgeworth, stop obstructing Apollo. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I chased out like a pair of peasants.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Kay?
There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is?
You really shouldn't steal anything, however.
I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with either.
That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay.
No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. When I apprehend the murderer myself. All right, and I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go. I still never said you could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop the issue. The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder.
Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be hush-hush, but they found the witness at the stadium.
A witness? You, what did we tell you about leaving your assigned post?
Ah, the jig is up! Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir!
They didn't drag him off this time. Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves.
It's not all fun and games, Kay.
Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. March 13th, 1:42 p.m., stadium. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anyone.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Hey! Long time no see! You are Miss Emma Skye, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Skye. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. Hey, we got an early cameo of her again. I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course I do.
How have you been? You look to be in good spirits.
Are you still studying abroad?
You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break, so I thought I'd come back for a bit.
I see.
All right. Nice to see you back. Sort of. And, are you the witness, then? And why is there a pink Badger car here? Let's talk to you. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Skye. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday. And I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. A great thief? Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. First, look at my badge. This is the symbol of a prosecutor, right? But I don't think I've ever seen you wear it, though. Well, I'm not as enthusiastic about wearing it as you are with your pin badges. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I really wanted to put even more on today, actually. Oh, hey, I like yours, Kay. Do you have any extras? Sorry, but there's only one of these in the world, and it's proof that I am a great thief. Nice, okay. Well, let's talk. So, why are you here, Emma? Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. And then I heard that you'd come back too, so I raced on over here. I had really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here? Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints, and I followed them straight to you. This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground, and when you shine the special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking. Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. Talk about the witness. Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess. There's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? Alright. What about in here? I assume this is another Badger mobile? Yeah, but it's a different color than the Blue Badger's car. Yes, this is the retina-searing pink model. What's that off in the distance? Oh, hey, it's the pink Badger. Badger, get. Badger, 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 Badger. Just what does she see in these silly things? Oh my gosh, is he referencing an ancient meme? Mushroom, mushroom? It says tough love on the banner. I think this Badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, but I don't speak Badger dance. Now let's talk. Ah! I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore! You're... No, why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Edgy poo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really. I was trying so hard to keep the kid's dreams alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm just gonna be direct. I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Day has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare. So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Miss Pink Badger? You could say that, but right now I'm just the Pink Badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. My name is Wendy Oldbag, and you can call me Wendy or Granny, or whatever suits your fancy. Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you? Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite. Oldbag, you want to look at my badge? Go on, Edgy Poo, show me anything, and I'll tell you all about it. Very well. What do you think about this? It's nothing special. Somehow I figured you'd say as much. Is she in the profile now? No, she's not. I love it. Okay. Let's talk. Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met? Huh, I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again. Here you are, talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. It doesn't matter how old they get. With young girls, just how they happen with my yin and notice me. He went and got into arranged marriage with an 18-year-old. See what he sees in her doll. As they say, the persimmon takes 3 years to ripen. You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth.
Kay, please, I'm begging you. By all means, do not provoke her any further.
Okay, the witness. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness.
Honestly, I hope she isn't. But I don't think fate is going to be so kind today.
I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true. She is the witness.
I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag.
Yes, it was just a little while ago, and I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder.
You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes?
Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. Oh boy, here we go. What old bag witnessed? I came to this stadium to take a short break, and I was resting. I happened to glance over and saw 2 men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Okay. Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately.
What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. What old bag witnessed? Here we go. Take a short break.
You mean you took a break from being the pink badger?
You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hips creak with pain, you even begin to dream about work. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know? Well, that's why I chose to take my break here, whippersnapper. I don't plan on playing the part of the dead badger in front of a bunch of kids.
So what did you see while you, the pink badger, were resting?
Oh yes, that. Well,
as I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw 2 men.
Okay.
You saw 2 men. Can you describe them for me?
They look like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that.
But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall would be helpful.
Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of these 2 men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous.
It's all right, Edgy Poo. Those 2 were just foals compared to a stallion like you. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them.
Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot. Okay. You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place?
Absolutely. That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired.
You didn't try to go help the person that got shot?
I'm only one person, you smart alecky brat. What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help.
2 men, 1 bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony.
Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory?
Self-centered, aren't we? While it was somewhat useful, her testimony also presents us with a new problem.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
So about this new problem.
What is that giant grin on your face for?
Do you want me to show you something really nice?
No, thank you.
Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like.
What is that gadget you're holding?
What you see before you is the secret weapon of a great thief.
I should have known it would be worthless.
Aw, don't be like that. What do you think now?
What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air?
I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird takes wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
What is this?
This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief.
Little Thief? I dare say I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far.
Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this... Let's see. Miss Oldbag said that the two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground. Ah, so with this, we can expect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? So what do you think? I have to say I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days. Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information, or if something is out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony. You got it! You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Now, this simulation is a recreation of what that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification. Feel free to examine anything in this simulation in the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay? The stadium investigation. Okay, so we've gone back in time to see this as it was a little bit ago. Hang on a second. This was set up before. And it's not now. Let's see. It looks like they broke the stage down. Yeah. I guess this means they're done for the day. Or maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. So the Governor is already played. Clavier was here and he was gone. Ah, too bad. Okay. What does Emma have to say? Nothing? This is amazing. Just feel the power of science. Yeah. Alright, old bag. What else we got? It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer? Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into Little Thief. She has a point. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. That's right, but if that's the case, then we've already found our first contradiction. Huh? What? Where? If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Which piece of evidence shows the missing item? It should be blood, right? This is the contradiction. Is something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how do we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Right. The fact that there is no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony. Edgy Pooh, how can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Yeah. Can we logic it? The stage was packed up, and I wonder if it's because the stage was packed up. Let's see. No? Okay. I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information. Alright. Wait. Was the victim in a costume? Oh, was he wearing a costume in the blood? Let's see. Yeah. It is not possible that the victim was... Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume? So you really think that Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume there was a very good chance that he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside one of those stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume. You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. Maybe we talk to Emma? Alright. Footprint analysis. Emma, about that method you were talking about for finding footprints. Ah, finally. My expert knowledge in forensics is needed. Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything. Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area. Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work. Alright. Hey, I found something. Look right there. I don't see anything. Oh, that's right. Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth. These footprints here were definitely left by a badger costume. Judging by the way the prints are layered, these seem to be the newest. Then, we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. Alright. Okay, in that case, I'll update Little Thief's simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we find out from this new info. Alright. We completed the investigation. There we go. So the victim was wearing a costume when he died. And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right? I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention. What do you want? Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. What Old Bag witnessed. Let's see, I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Two men. So, does this mean that Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See? I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag and put into the recreation. For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. What Oldbag witnessed. Okay. Short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over. Alright, this is it. Two men. We know that's not true now. Yeah. The victim's costume. Two men? How did you know the gender of the two people involved? Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Ah! Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. Ugh! I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all. But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier. The second tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense. I see our witness still has a screw loose in the metaphorical sense. The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a look from there. It's so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there? Well, I know I saw two people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow. Ah, stage was set up then. My eyesight isn't what it used to be, Not like when I was young. People used to call me Good Eye Wendy. I'm good man from knows to be in the flash to make their move, but I was careful with the judgmental eye, but I never let him in. Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay? You got it. Okay, so we can change the fact that the stage was set up. Alright, I got that. Shadow of the stage was packed up. If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Oh, there's a problem now. Yeah, big problem. There is clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even from a layman like me. I suppose. In any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in the way, because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage, naturally. Right, Miss Oldbag? Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. See? Now let me update the info in the simulation. Aha. But that changes things. That changes the entry and exit wounds of the bullet.
Well, 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 what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see.
Agent Long, how nice of you to join us.
Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes.
Agent Long, we've discovered that the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium.
I see. Thanks.
For what?
I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that?
Little Thief is not a toy.
You too. Sir.
Oh, they set the stage back up.
And there you have it, you see. Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation.
So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer?
Of course. Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook.
Okay, we're gonna debate him again. Agent Long's logic.
This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed.
How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime?
He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with his gun.
Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark.
You see, thank you for understanding, my little crow girl.
I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yatagarasu, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion is yet to be tested. So let's see how well it holds up. Alright, rebuttal. Alright, this is the real scene of the crime. Looks like we found the real crime scene first.
Ha! Brag all you want, but we don't have all that free time. Unlike the two of you.
You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home.
Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Xie. That's how we say thanks in my country.
You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all of this for him.
But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place.
Officer Meekins lay in wait. Lying in wait. How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was going to come here?
Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements.
Ha! And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper?
You mean his motive? Who knows and who cares? You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail.
You have no respect for the order of law.
Don't get me wrong, but I need more than "there's no motive" to convince me otherwise.
He's right. The lack of a motive is a rather weak argument by itself.
So the officer lay in wait on top of the stage.
And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. So you agree with how our recreation turned out?
Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time.
Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage.
Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a badger show of his own?
Or maybe there's a completely different reason.
What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood on top of that stage and shot the victim on the ground below.
Right? That's the truth your little recreation showed. So you honestly believe that what you're saying is what really occurred?
Hey, you're the ones who came up with this scenario. Are you saying you doubt yourselves? Yeah.
Touché. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusions do not contradict with our recreation. Then does that mean it all went down just as he says? No, not quite. I wonder if what we had recreated earlier was the whole truth. This is the scene. Lay in wait. And they shot him from on high. But there's a problem. Bullet entered his abdomen and exited through his shoulder. There's the problem, right? I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all.
What's that supposed to mean?
You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an ankle shot from beneath the victim.
Ugh.
Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction.
You're discounting your own conclusions?
No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation. The killer and the victim's locations. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim were wrong.
Oh, I get it. I see what you're trying to say.
I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. If this is what happened, it also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds. But then what about the footprints? Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. Two badgers. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim are wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Long?
Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime.
Here we go again. Another bit of proof.
I ask that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about that shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area.
You believe he moved the body with the car?
That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it.
The 3 tired tread marks are very telling, however. Is the Blue Badger mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Let's see. Another bit of proof. Take another good look at the tire marks. The tire marks?
Yes, the tire marks, the ones there behind the stage.
Oh, I see them.
They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made,
they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct?
Yes, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires on that Blue Badger mobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I'd say it's the Blue Badger mobile because, well, that's pretty obvious too.
3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger mobile. 3 tire marks. I have to agree that the Blue Badger Mobile has 3 tires. Of course! The only thing in this park that could make those marks is that roving shop. Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the Proto Badger Mobiles, Agent Lang. Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. The story Officer Meekins told. Okay. Of course, you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct? Of course not. Well, that was blunt. But suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things, like his movements and his whereabouts. He drove the Blue Badger Mobile here and committed the murder. So you still claim that the tire marks belong to the Blue Badger Mobile? It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Officer Meekins committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage. Besides the Blue Badger Mobile, there are other ways the body could have been moved. Recall what the Wild Wild West area looked like. Only the Blue Badger Mobile and Mr. Deacon's body were in the garage. I'd say that's proof. I suppose if one were to look at that place, that would be the only logical conclusion. However, my experience tells me that the truth is usually not so easily found. Is there some sort of problem with Agent Lang's statement with regard to that scene? Looks like the only thing that car was selling was death, not dreams. Only if what Agent Lang believes turns out to be true. The 3 tired tread marks are very telling, however. Is the Blue Badger Mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? Let's see. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger. That story Officer Meekins told. What does he say? The 3 marks. Is there something else capable of making the 3 marks? Well, the other Badger Mobiles, yes. But what do we know else that could do that? Is that... Hang on a second. Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild Wild West area garage. Likely wearing... Oh, you know what? Think about this. The Proto Badger car that's gone, they said the tracks that came out from the Proto Badger, yeah. It's the Proto Badgers. There was no tracks there, and it was the fresh marks, right? So it has to be the... Yeah. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger Mobile, but the Blue Badger Mobile was parked and had no fresh tracks around it. I'm thinking this is it. Okay. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale.
And why is that?
Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' Blue Badger Mobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the Blue Badger Mobile had never... What? I can't... well, oh! They said the tires were muddy, or they said that the tracks were muddy. There's no mud there, right? That's gotta be it. Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Ugh! If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed.
Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius?
Hey, I've got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink Badger Mobile?
Don't be ridiculous. I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats.
Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean the Proto Badger? That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage, and it proves the existence of a Proto Badger Mobile. Agent Long, I suggest you find this Proto Badger Mobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear something? Oh. Who is this?
Help me.
Are you all right?
Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time?
Wild West with kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in. Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers.
What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say.
The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes.
Did you see the faces of your kidnappers?
No, I didn't see their faces. But two. One was a woman.
A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already.
I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now.
Consider it a gift.
I like that he and his secretary took their glasses off, synchronized.
Now, are you gonna get out of my crime scene, or am I gonna have to get rough?
Ugh, again. You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Oh, no, not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily.
Don't count on me to testify, because I won't, not for you. That's right, I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not gonna rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens, what do you say? Will you cooperate?
Fair maidens? My, you little rascal. You sure know the way into a woman's heart.
Langzi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever.
Trying to outdo my edgy poo with your fancy schmancy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear. I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, and we're kicked out. To be continued. All right, nice. All right, so that's going to get into, what is it? The middle, a middle part. Okay. I'm actually going to end it here, and we'll pick this back up next week. That's a good kind of sort of mid halfway point to stop at. So thank you all for coming, and we'll see you again next time.